Who is Don Coleman? I would have to say the first thing Don Coleman is a person of faith. But that faith is not just religious. That faith is a faith that my life is to be given over to serving others, to be a person of integrity, to be a person that really wants the best for everybody that I come in contact with. Don Coleman is a servant. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. I live at 507 Mosby Street here in the 7th District. I grew up on 35th Street in the 7th District. Walked to Armstrong High School and East End Middle and Nathaniel Bacon, George Mason, Bowler. So I have a rich history here in the 7th District. We were living in Creighton Court when my parents ended up separating, and we ended up, my siblings, four other siblings, we ended up in a foster home. And that foster home ended up being on 35th Street. But school was always a safe haven for me. So even through all the traumatic stuff that went through my childhood with being in a foster home and all of that, I was always an honor student. So I ended up getting a scholarship to VCU. And my life began to turn around. Then I went on later in life to have a career with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro Richmond, where I worked in clubs and public housing, helped establish clubs in public housing, worked for a good season in Blackwell, Randolph, really in there with young people and kids, just helping them develop. I've been married for 26 years now. I've got 2 daughters, Shekinah, 21, and Selah, 13, that's at Martin Luther King. And one of the things I guess my childhood instilled in me was I wanted something better for my daughters. Shekinah is the oldest. Just recently was hired by the Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro Richmond as a marketing assistant. And of course, her heart is also with young people, working with young people. Selah is in the 8th grade at Martin Luther King. Last year, she was the president of her class. She's in the honors program. My wife's there on the PTA. But that whole kind of family investment in this whole education process. So as I look at my involvement and moving towards being on the school board, it just fits with the life of our family. So I've had a great opportunity to be involved in, what it takes to allow the entire community to really be involved in the development of a young person. And so again, when I look at the progression of my life, I see the school board as another opportunity to be that collaborative type person, that person bringing unity in the community, seeing how the community resources can be brought together with the public school system to make sure the kids get the education that they deserve. Every young person in our community has a right to a good quality education. No matter where you live, no matter where you're from, that's what I'm trying to represent. Connecting the home, the school, and the community. Together we can make a difference.